Breaking news coming in now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's One Earth, One Family, One Future message on day one of India taking over the presidency of G20. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has penned his thoughts, and he is saying India's agenda during its G20 presidency will be inclusive, ambitious, action-oriented and decisive. He further said that India's G20 presidency will work to promote universal sense of oneness, and hence the theme, One Earth, One Family, One Future. He says, and I'm quoting him, this is not just a slogan, it takes into account recent changes in human circumstances which we have collectively failed to appreciate. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi writing an op-ed which has been put out in all dailies, and you can see it on television screens as well, where the Prime Minister says, today India commences in its G20 presidency. The previous 17 presidencies of G20 delivered significant results for ensuring macroeconomic stability, rationalizing international taxation, relieving debt burden on countries, among many other outcomes. We will benefit from these achievements and build further upon them. Let me go straight to Pallavi Ghosh, who is joining us live. So, Pallavi, Prime Minister here saying that we shall present India's experience, learnings and models as possible templates for others.
I would say it's a very momentous day, because I remember there was a time when India was not considered to be globally there, if one can use those words. But very clearly, the Prime Minister is stressing on a G20 presidency, which is going to be inclusive, which is going to be ambitious, action-oriented, and decisive. If we just go through the article that he's written, his words are very much in sync with what he wanted India to be all about. Globally powerful, self-reliant, and we dictate their terms. We should not be seen as an underdeveloped country. He talks about vaccine, and I think, Maria, our strength was actually put to test, and I think we also did emerge out of it quite well during the COVID times. Our vaccine, Metrita, the fact that we were actually distributing our vaccines to many other countries as well, not making any difference, that was also globally appreciated. So these are going to be the points which India is going to step on the G20 presidency. It's going to be our endeavor perhaps to also make the point that while we are self-reliant, we are also a part of the global family, and therefore we are going to fulfill those wishes. And India's experience as a democracy, the fact that we fight for each other, is something which can help us attain this purpose.
All right, Pallavi. And the Prime Minister saying some may argue that confrontation and greed are just human nature. He says, I disagree. That's his quote. If humans were inherently selfish, what would explain the lasting appeal of so many spiritual traditions that advocate the fundamental oneness of us all? That piece that has been written by the Prime Minister is out in all dailies. Prime Minister then says towards the end, let us work together to shape a new paradigm of human-centric globalization. So big takeaway, human-centric globalization. This remains our top focus. There are lots more news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.